In today's video, I want to show you how you can make some cool gated background pads. Today we will create those angel pads. You can use them like in intros, build-ups or breaks. I will play it really quickly for you. I created a zebra, but I will show it in Vital for you guys today. I will copy the melody across from here, the chord progression, and then I will explain a little bit to it. So everything is based around a few chords. I will start here with the major chord. So the major chord is that you have here we have our root note F. So we are in the key F Phrygian dominant. This one here, so all the green notes are in our scale, and the major chord has a distance of 4 semitones and then a distance of 3 semitones. So this is our first chord we use, and why I started with this is because this has like a happy mood, and before I go into this happy chord, I use a sustained chord. So a sustained chord is not really having a mood, but it resolves then to a chord with a mood. So you see by kind of like shifting this note one up, or you could also go here, but this note is not in the scale. You're kind of like leaving that chord open, which creates like an open feeling, and then we resolve it. And here I switch to a minor chord. Minor chord is basically the same as a major chord, but instead of having here 4 distances, we have 3 and then 4 distances, and this gives us more a sad feeling. And I just transposed the highest note 1 octave down. And here in the end, we have our major chord again. And in the second half of the pattern, I just added like a minor triad on top of here. So if I shift that note again up, and you see we still have the major chord, then we have this minor triad on top, and the same game here, I just transpose the one down, so notes are a little bit closer together. So that's our pattern for here. And now we'll go into our gated pad. So we will select a pad. So let's take the first one. Already checked this out, this sounds good. So at the moment we're sounding like this. So if you choose a pad for this, I would recommend, or at least if you want to have this style, like kind of like in this animato track from Live Equation, I think it has like a similar thing. If you want to listen to it, I kind of play it because of copyright here. But around 350, they have that kind of like gated angel pads, and I think they're quite nice. And I wanted to have something similar here. So I would select a pad which already has that kind of like church type sound for the gated pad. And now we will make it a little bit more interesting. So the first thing we want to add is a gate. And we can create a gate really easily here in Vital. We just switch here to steps, and we will put 1 step up, 1 down, 1 up. And then we make a longer block, 3 up, 1 down. And I will switch this to quarter notes and assign this here to our master volume. So if we put this here, don't put it fully because we don't want to go too loud here. So maybe like here, like this. Tutorial is finished. Just kidding. We still have some more options we can take. So first, let's take a look here in the span. Our low end is pretty fine here. Usually, if we would have something here below a 100, I would add an EQ here. But I guess we don't really need it. We have a little bit stuff up here. You can leave it, but you can also tame it a little bit with an EQ like this. So that looks fine for me. Maybe we want to place it a little bit more in the background. Depends on what style we want to have. But I think something like a gated pad is something more for the background. So go a little bit more down here, and we will add a compressor here to control the dynamics a little bit. And with the compressor, we can also go to like a shorter attack and a higher release. This will push it even more in the background, and we can have like a soft knee. And I want to have a little bit more movement here in the pad. So what we will do is we will select bandpass filter 12, so that we have a little bit more here under the roof with OSR. And then we will move this pad a little bit. So maybe we go down in the beginning, and then we go up again, a little bit down, more up here, and then completely go up here. Notice as we added the filter, we will also need to adjust the threshold a little bit in order to just compress the peaks. But we will do this a little bit later. Before we do this, I also want to bring it in a little bit more slowly. So that it kind of like unfolds here in that section, and then we come fully here. Completely down, doesn't really matter. One cool trick is if you don't want to like adjust it while playing, you can also go in here and you really see where the positions are. So for example, here we won't listen to anything because the EQ is not opened enough. And the more we advance, we need to check that this kind of like overlaps with here. So I think maybe in the beginning we can come a little bit earlier here. So I think this is kind of like cool how it goes in now. One thing with the compression here, I usually would turn this off, and I want to show you really quickly how I would do this. I would put the compression off here, then freeze the track. Then we will flatten it. And now you have a better overview because it's an audio. You can see a little bit better where the thing is not so even. So we could then drop the compressor here instead of this channel, and then we can write the compressor, or if we have bigger differences, then we could write the volume first and then write the compressor. So for example, we could flatten that a little bit out here. And here, if we want to have it like more stable, I mean, it's okay if you want to have some movement in. I think it's cool. So I think something like this could be what we want. Of course, in a track, I would spend a little bit more time in doing this, but I think you get the idea how to do those gated pads. And you can get like really cool things by placing the emotions in here with the chords. I mean, this is kind of like a more happy thing, but depending on what pad you choose, you could also go for like a more spooky and mysterious environment. So there's a lot of options to color your track with those underlying pads. If you want to learn more about chords and Psytrance and how to convey emotions with them, then you should watch my series on music theory.